Hello agents, and welcome back to another Division build video. Today we're going to go over my LMG build that I put together. It absolutely shreds. It is so good. Here it is. There's room for improvement yet as well, which is what makes this actually crazy. There's some footage of me using this in Heroic Wall Street. I clear the opening section by myself, and you will see that I do it relatively easily. I don't go down. I'm never in a spot where I feel like I'm going to die. It just works really well. First of all, we're going to go over the gunner specialization really quickly. I know most of you will already be familiar with it, but what we're looking at here, we've got killing enemies grants 10% armor, which is nice. We've got much more armor nowadays, so that is worth much more. Every third reload is 50% faster. I'm using an LMG, so really does help. Armor kits repair 100% of armor and grants 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. So if I ever feel like I am in a tight spot, I can pop a med kit. Generate 10% of total ammo capacity every 60 seconds. Great, can't go wrong with that. Rate of fire increases by 5% on kill for 5 seconds. This plays into this build as well, so you will see very shortly why. And 15% weapon handling while not moving. Need to be motionless for a second. Great. Obviously, make sure you spec into LMG, and you're getting yourself this huge 50 round mag to put in as well. I am spec into assault rifle damage because my eagle bearer is my secondary, but spec into that however you like. Grenade, use whatever you want. I do like the riot form grenade though, so that's why I've got that on. Secondary can be whatever you want. I've got my level 40 eagle bearer there, but that's more of an experiment right now. Again, this is more of an experiment. I've not used this yet. It just looks fancy with it being a god roll. So I've gone for 3-piece Providence Defense because it gives all the good stats. It gives us 10% headshot damage, it gives us 10% critical hit chance, and it gives us 15% critical hit damage. This is pretty well rolled. 12.1% weapon damage, 12% critical hit damage, and then we've got some crit chance, and then a mod with 5.2 crit chance on. If you get some of these mods, guys, that are maxed out at 6%, keep them. They are extremely rare. Probably the rarest thing in the game to get right now. This is the sacrifice. This is the named chest for Providence. 10% headshot damage, as we said before. They're just the brand set bonuses, but because I'm running 1, 2, 3, we get all them. We don't need to go over them again. But this one I would ideally like to be a bit higher. I am going to try and farm for a better one, but it does come with perfect glass cannon. The theme of this build will be weapon damage, crit chance, and crit damage. I need to re-roll this to better because I've got better in my bench. I've got 10% crit damage mod on here because I've hit crit cap. So once you hit crit cap, guys, start putting on the crit damage for extra damage. And perfect glass cannon, all damage you deal is amplified by 30%. This word amplified is really critical in this patch. This means that it's multiplicative damage and that it is awesome. If you test your damage talents out for ones that are not amplified, you will find that these are doing way more damage. All damage you take is amplified by 60%. So obviously, again, there is that word amplified. That means they're going to do way more damage to you as well. Third piece, the holster. This is the Seska Holster. Basically, I went with this because I wanted the 10% crit chance, but weapon damage, headshot damage, and then crit damage there. This could be different. If you've been lucky enough to get good pieces and get lots of crit chance in your other pieces, you could perhaps go with something else here. I do believe there is one of the other new brand sets that gives crit hit damage on the one piece. So remind me below, guys, what that is. But you might be better and more suited to run that there instead. Here's some Providence backpack. 11.9% weapon damage, 12.5% weapon handling. Ideally, I would like this to be crit chance, or crit damage, sorry, because obviously I've got crit chance underneath with a 10% crit damage mod. These mods are really good. If you can fill up crit chance in all your pieces and then use 10% crit damage mods, or better, really good. I've gone with companion. While you're within 5 meters of your ally or skill, a total of weapon damage is increased by 15%. So notice there that says increased. It does not say amplified, so that is not multiplicative damage. That's just an additional. So the benefit is not as much. Basically, I'm running companion because I've got my healing drone on me at all the time, and it keeps it constantly procced. You could perhaps try Unstoppable Force. That's another good one there, if that's more up your alleyway. Or you could perhaps try Vigilance. But if I'm solo, I find that Vigilance is barely up. So maybe if you're in a group, Vigilance could be a better talent. Then I've got the contractors named Gloves. This damage to armor here that is yellow is multiplicative damage. So even though, and obviously we get 10% LMG damage from this, which makes these gloves absolutely god roll perfect for what this build. Go and get yourself a pair of these. It's open world today, so if you're watching this today, it is open world. Go and farm yourself a pair of these up. Then this is the strange part, but I've gone with the Foxes per knee pads. You'll see that this is for rifle damage. I'm not running a rifle, but it gives me 15% damage to target out of cover damage. Multiplicative damage again, this one, guys. So the damage is insane, way better than anything I could get up here. 14.1% weapon damage with only a really low 3.6% crit chance. Open world again today, guys, so if you can, get yourself a pair of these farmed up. I've gone with the Sleipner, I hope I'm saying that right, LMG. This is a named MG5 that you actually get from the field research of the gunner. A lot of people are running the MG5 with fast hands. I actually prefer this with Perfect Frenzy because once, I'll show you in the range in a minute and you'll see in the footage at the end of this video, when you're in, especially when you're solo or you're in the raid, you constantly have the extra rate of fire up all the time. So you absolutely shred anything that comes anywhere near you when you're in Frenzy. It is so good. So definitely check this out. You can craft it, you can get yourself a good roll. I've got health damage. I would take armor damage as well. The extra ammo capacity here isn't really worth anything, but maybe rate of fire. I've been unable to get a good rate of fire one. Or reload speed. You could get 10% reload speed, which will help because we're not using fast hands. But obviously every third mag that we reload from our gunner specialization, we get a 50% faster reload speed. Perfect Frenzy, for every 8 bullets in the magazine capacity, it gains 3% rate of fire and 3% weapon damage for 5 seconds. You'll see how effective this is when I show you in a little bit. It's a lot of rate of fire and it's a lot of weapon damage for sure, because obviously what you've got to think about is in this mag here, you get 50 rounds there as well, which puts the magazine size up to 100. I'll just show you what I'm running. I'm running 5% crit chance on here and 5% crit chance up there. Just to quickly show you my stats. We're very, so obviously I had some smaller rolls on the knee pads. If I get some better rolls there, this will be 60%, which is the cap. We're on the Eagle Bearer, so we're going to change off that. Let's change off it. There we go. So 58% there on the crit chance, 95.2% crit hit damage. I would like this to be, you know, probably close to about 120 if I can get some better rolls on my gear. Got 113% headshot damage as well, which is nice. These are multiplicative damages here as well, which are nice as well. And then we've got 40% light machine gun damage, and we've got 72.8% all weapon damage bonus. So it definitely could be better. Get some real better rolls across this. But I just wanted to show you guys how easy. There's a lot of people saying that things are spongy, but when you see this in action in the clip at the end where I'm doing heroic Wall Street, it certainly doesn't feel spongy at all. We're on heroic, and although I don't like doing, you know, DPS checks in the range because they can be, you know, fake, I guess. Let's bring this close. So this is an elite. So this is without frenzy. Doing 9mm DPS according to this. What we'll do though, so in a situation where I'm by myself or I'm in the raid, I'm going to be constantly firing. And watch this now. And it's absolutely insane how much quicker that actually kills it. You will see the elites just absolutely get pummeled. I'm essentially killing this target too quick that I can't actually do any more DPS on it. What we'll do, we'll flick over to unnamed. And we will reset. Bit of skew with aim there, but again 9.8 on unnamed. And they got 18 mil on a named. I mean, you just can't go wrong with it. You can't go wrong with it. There's all these build videos you'll find out there are 40, 50 mil and all the rest of it. But in practice, this works really, really nice. At rate of fire, you 2-3 elite enemies in front of you. It literally makes no difference. Just to be transparent with what I've got in here so you can see where I might be getting some extra damage bonus. I've got 28 and in the headshot damage, and I've got only 3 in weapon damage. This is this is health. I've got some extra magazine, some extra capacity for my ammo, and skill haste over here. I'll leave that there, guys. Let me know what you think. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Let me know how you think I can improve it. Obviously, there is some significant, about 20% more crit damage I can fit into this build with some better rolls. But let me know what you think. Do watch the footage as well, just to give me your comments on that. Catch me most days, guys, streaming over on Twitch, twitch.tv/DJTICKLE, where you'll see us doing the level 40 raid and the legendaries as well with these builds. Come and check us out, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell button. There's going to be a lot of builds coming to this channel over the next few weeks as we try and discover what the new Division 2 meta is in this patch. But thanks for tuning in, guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.
Deny Keener crucial support.
Be careful. I still don't like the idea of throwing you to the wolves, no matter how much we want Dragon first role in the city hall attack.
Hurry up! Get that shit!
Intercepted.
I hear gunfire. Report.
The loading area by Broad Street is under attack. It's the division.
Sell the gate. Use the ABC. Do not let them raid the stockpile.
Stay still so I can kill you.
I'm gonna own you. Okay, I'm a patient guy, but answer me this.